What's going on, guys? So today we're going to talk fall, winter 2022-23 trends. A little late to making this video, but still applies into the new year. So I'm going to go through a few things that I've been seeing in the fashion world, and I'll bring up some pics on screen to give you an example of each. And if you have any questions on where to find these things, just leave a comment down below. First, let's start off with some materials. First material we talk about is leather. You could pick up pretty much any clothing item in leather nowadays. Leather has been trending for the past maybe 2-3 years, and I don't think it's going to slow down anytime soon. You got leather jackets, leather pants, leather trenches, even leather hoodies. I've seen so many different clothing items that come in leather. Leather is a good way to add some interest to your fit, especially if you're wearing like an all black fit. The difference in the material kind of breaks up the rest of the fit. A lot of brands are offering vegan leather, which is basically fake leather. But if you can, try to go for something that's vintage. Those usually come in real leather and they'll last you for years. Next, we'll talk about denim. Denim is a staple in fashion, but I've been seeing a lot of denim looks recently. People have been wearing double denim fits, but I've also seen like classic pieces and denim variants. I've seen denim trench coats, even denim shoes. So there's a lot of different takes on denim. So brands like Diesel, ever since their rebrand, they've been coming up with a lot of good denim pieces. Those are just two materials that I've been seeing a lot lately. Definitely look into getting some denim in your wardrobe. So next one is structured shoulders. Think like jackets or coats with the extra padding in the shoulder area. Kind of gives off more of a boxy type look to it, more exaggerated, makes the piece look a bit more interesting. Think like the blazers from back in the day where they had extra padding in the shoulders. Personally, I'm a big fan of this look. Or a little bit different than what you see on your typical blazer or coat. Add some shape to the fit overall. You get this in a lot of different pieces, hoodies, jackets, even shirts. A couple brands are starting to offer this. Balenciaga is a big brand that does this. Also Vetmont, which has the same kind of design language. Another brand that offers something like this is Han Copenhagen. So a lot of their jackets come with a structured padded type shoulder on it. If you want to try out the look for cheap, you could try out like a vintage piece. Again, especially vintage coats, vintage jackets have a lot of the structured shoulders. Next one is cropped pieces. This has been trending for a few years in menswear. During the summer, it's a lot of cropped shirts, but now I'm seeing a lot of cropped jackets, puffer jackets, bomber jackets, denim jackets. Pretty cropped in the body, gives off more of a boxy fit overall, plays with your proportions, elongates your legs a little bit more. I usually go for cropped pieces that stop at the waist. I don't want it to be too cropped on me. A couple brands that offer this, Vetmont, so they have this bomber jacket that is a little bit too cropped in my opinion. Rick Owens, the Rick Owens Geth Bomber, Entourage Studios. They have a few puffer jackets that are pretty cropped as well. Also Pierre Moss, they have a puffer jacket that's pretty cropped as well. A lot of different options if you want to go for that cropped look. Usually menswear is a little bit more on the dull side where we don't have a lot of shape to our fits. I think since more people are gravitating to these looks, it's going to continue to be popular in menswear. Next one is a racing or the motorcycle jacket. Think like those biker jackets with the padding and the logos all on it. They come in a few different colors, but I've seen a lot of red, blue, and yellows. You could pretty much pick them up in any color you want. Personally, I'll stick with black or blue because those are a little bit more versatile. Might get more wear out of them. A couple brands offering this right now. Acne Studios has a really nice yellow one. It's more of like a yellow acid wash type of take on it. Another option is Diesel. They have a few different variations of motorcycle jackets. Supreme also has their version of it. Comes like a lime green type of color. If you want to pick it up for cheap and like real leather, I'll say stick with a vintage one. You might have more of a distressed, worn in type of look. Probably get a good discount on it. Next is the cowboy trend. So I don't really know when this became popular, but I've seen a lot of cowboy inspired pieces in people's fits. People wearing cowboy hats and cowboy boots as well. If I was going to buy into the trend, I would definitely start with the boots. Those higher type boots with the design on the side. They're usually a little bit more pointy. White Project has those jeans with the cowboy design at the opening. Ruigi's Bali campaign also has heavy inspo throughout it. I think this trend is going to be a quick one. I don't really see it getting much bigger than it is right now. Next is baggy jeans or baggy pants. Any jeans that has like more of a loose or baggy type fit to it. This has been popular for a couple years now, but you could pretty much pick these up anywhere. A lot of brands are offering jeans in more loose or baggy cuts. In that same category, parachute pants. Parachute pants usually have like that wider fit. This is more popular with like the Gorpcore community. Parachute pants you wear with the Arc'teryx and the Salomons. Standard look nowadays with Gorpcore. Next one kind of in the same category, but interesting pants. Some brands are moving away from the typical denim look and making the jeans a little bit more interesting. Brands like White Project has a few different takes on jeans. They have different styles like banana cut jeans or wire jeans where you can customize the fit of it, giving off a different silhouette to the jeans, or the Rick Owens Olin jeans where it has a zip that goes all the way from the waist down to the leg opening, giving off a flared off look. Murder Bravado is also another one. It has more of like a distressed look to it, but it also has designs throughout the jeans, or like Denim Tears that has a floral design throughout the whole jean. So some brands are offering a little bit more of an interesting take on jeans. Next one is trending is like the second skin or compression shirts. Tops that are a little bit more on the tight side. In the last year, maybe I've been seeing this a lot. Think about the Yeezy Gap Balenciaga campaign from a few months ago where everybody had on those compression shirts with the short sleeves on it. If you want to add a little contrast to your fit, wear a compression shirt with the baggy jeans, kind of playing with the silhouette a little bit more. A lot of different brands offering this right now. Marine Sarah with the crescent moon design throughout it. Most recently, Y Project with kind of like the human anatomy. If you don't want to buy into the trend without knowing how you look in it, you could start off with Adidas or Under Armour. They offer compression shirts for fairly cheap prices. You play with the look a little bit before you spend too much money on like a designer piece. So next one's a Sherlin jacket. This is not anything new to fashion, but I've seen a lot more people wear them recently. Sherlin jackets should be a staple in your wardrobe. Pretty good for the winter time. They'll keep you warm. These are jackets with like the suede or the leather material on the outside. On the inside it has wool or a Sherlin material. A couple brands offering this now. Aimé Leon just released their version of it, and Agni Studios. Healy the Meal is another one. They have more interesting cuts, especially in the women's wear, but you could also go for a vintage one. Probably be a little bit cheaper than picking up a new one. If I was gonna pick one up, I'll probably stick with black or brown. Those are the most versatile colors. Get a lot more wear out of it. Next one, tall boots. I think Bottega might have been the first ones to start this trend. The Bottega tire at the lug boots, where it's a Chelsea boot design, but it comes up a little bit more high. But then Balenciaga took it to another level with the Croc boot. And ever since then, a lot of brands have been releasing their version of a tall boot. These range from more of the rain boot design all the way up to more formal. They also released a higher version of the puddle boots. Leaks has their version, which has more of a rain boot type design to it. But if you want to go cheaper, you can go for the coffer ones, coffer utility boots. So those are the tall boots. I don't really think they're gonna last too much longer. Next one is beanies. This is not necessarily new in fashion, but the type is different. Not your typical fisherman beanie, more of a scully type beanie. So think like the Arc'teryx ones with like the print on it, but also beanies with more interesting patterns and materials. Marni has their version where it's a little bit more fuzzy and it comes in different colors as well. So a few different variations of beanies other than the typical ones that we've been seeing over the last few years. The last one is hats. So not your snapbacks or your fitteds, more of a dad hat type of fit with the design on the brim. Balenciaga had their version of it with, I think it was a year or their logo written on the brim. Also the Yeezy Gap Balenciaga one where it had the design that came from the crown all the way down to the brim. Diesel also has their version of this. So you can just look around. A lot of different brands offer this type of design on hats nowadays. So those are the fall winter 2022-23 trends that I've been seeing. Let me know if I missed anything. Let me know what your favorite trend is in the comments. Like the video, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.